92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The girl on the phone for today's second date update met the dude that she wants to call in one of the scariest places ever. A bookstore.
I thought you were going to say like a funeral home or something.
Bookstore. Who goes into those places these days?
I do.
Whew, they scare me. They creep me out. Anyway,
Oh my God.
Diana, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh,
Good, good. So you said you met the guy at a bookstore?
I went to a book signing for a cookbook because I really like this chef because he's paleo, and I'm really into that right now.
Paleo, is he kind of like a douchey gym dude?
No, that's what was so weird.
That's just what I'm figuring. Like, all I had today was bacon. Like, I woke up and I ate like bacon, then I washed my mouth with bacon mouthwash, and then I had a bacon sandwich before I hit the door. Paleo.
Remember, she may be a douchey gym girl, so I don't know that I trust your opinion on that
I'm
one.
not. I'm not. I have to be gluten-free, so I'd rather just be paleo because it's way more interesting than gluten-free crappy bread.
Okay.
So you met him at this book signing for this paleo cookbook.
Yes.
Okay.
And so we were talking in line, and his name is Mike, and when we left, he asked me for my number, and I was like, okay, sure, why not? And so he called me, like, the next day, and he was like, hey, can we make dinner plans? And I said, sure.
Way to go, Mike, calling the next day and everything.
I know, that never happens, right?
Yeah.
And so, so he asked me to take me out to dinner, and I actually even let him pick me up at my apartment, which hardly ever happens, right?
Yeah.
This is
You
like
usually
a,
don't want somebody to know where you live if you've only met them, like, for a brief moment in time.
Yeah, but it's a dude from a bookstore. How bad can it be?
and I love my initial reaction is like, that's so romantic. And Jubal's is, you're going to get yourself killed.
Yeah. Not safe.
See, I agree with Jubal because that's how I normally am. Usually the first time you meet somebody, you meet out somewhere so that you're not in the same predicament.
Yeah, we trust no one.
I know. You get me, Brooke. You get me.
So how did it go? How'd dinner go?
So he picked me up, and we started talking in the car on the way to dinner, and I said something, I guess this was stupid to say. I don't know. Like, I said, this is the first time I've been with a guy in a long time.
Ooh. And did he smile? Did he suddenly start smiling? Like, all right, why did we even bother with dinner?
Yeah, we're doing that.
No, I meant to say, like, out with a guy, not, like, with a guy. Like, I don't know. Like, now that I hear myself saying it, I'm like, oh, yeah, that might have been bad, you know? Like, he might have, who knows what he was thinking about that.
He's like, wow, she doesn't even know how the birds and the bees work.
So, what is he thinking? Like I was a lesbian and now I'm out with a guy? Or
Did he address it, or did it seem to just kind of go away?
no, he didn't really say anything. He was just smiling. So I was just really happy when we got to the restaurant.
And was dinner good, or did you make some more mistakes? Like, oh, this is the first time I've ever been with a carrot. I mean, had a carrot.
It's so disturbing.
had a carrot.
I'm
ate a
disturbed.
carrot at dinner. Did any more of that kind of stuff happen?
No.
Oh, good.
No, dinner was great. We were laughing. We were talking. You know, everything was fine. And we were having a great time. I thought so. And then at one point, something just happened. Like, out of nowhere, his mood just changed.
Changed how?
He just wasn't laughing. He just became, like, stoic looking all of a sudden.
Really?
Did you say something offensive?
I don't think so. I think at that point we were just talking about bacon, actually, of all things.
Well, I'm
Oh, yeah.
offended.
It's so funny that you said that earlier.
He's a vegetarian. That's what happened.
Screwed everything up.
Yeah.
So really, just out of the blue, his whole demeanor changed.
Yeah, he just got really quiet, wasn't making eye contact with me anymore. He wasn't smiling. He started looking at his phone a lot.
And how was everything at the end of the night? Was he the same way, or did it pick back up?
Well, I mean, when he kept looking at his phone, I just asked him, I was like, we can go if you want to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did he say?
And he's like, yeah, that's great. And so
That's not good.
What did you do, Diana?
I don't know. I really was. That's why I need your help. But I don't know what I did.
Did you ever ask him, like, what's going on? Are you okay? Or
I mean, I did ask him. I was like, is everything okay? Are you feeling okay? And he was like, yeah, I'm fine. And just, it was so cold. It was completely different than, like, the rest of the evening.
Yeah. Sounds like you guys had a really not awkward drive home.
I mean, but he opened the car door for me and, like, gave me a hug and said goodnight and
Okay.
walked back to his car.
So you at least got a hug. Judging by your
Yeah.
story, I was going to guess that he just kicked you out going like 60.
and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. See you later, lady. That was a fun date. And you haven't heard anything from him since?
No.
Sounds like you didn't hear anything from him like halfway through your date. But...
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update. All right?
Thank you.
Yep. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
It's always really confusing when you're talking to somebody and everything's going well, and then all of a sudden the mood changes. Yeah, I was in this conversation with my dad the other day, this deep conversation. Everything's cool, and then I slowly reached across and tweaked his nipple.
What? It's your
And
dad,
then
dude.
his whole demeanor just changed. For me, perfectly normal. But for him, apparently that was weird. And then he didn't want to talk to me for the rest of the day.
Judgy.
Whatever.
Most dads love nipple tweaking.
Same kind of thing happened to Diana, who's on the phone for a second date update right now. She went out with a guy named Mike. They were having a great time. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of dinner, his mood just completely changed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
but
on his phone, not paying attention to her. And then she said, well, I guess we can go. And he's like, yeah, we should probably just go. And then he dropped her off at her house, and he hasn't been heard from since. So we're about to call him and find out what went wrong.
Yeah. I really just don't know what happened. And I just really would like to, figure it out and get some closure with it.
I don't have any guesses for you on this one. Like, he seemed like such a gentleman leading up to it. He picked you up. He opened doors.
That's the thing. He was a gentleman when we were leaving, too. He, dropped me off. He gave me a hug. He was very sweet.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I just don't get it.
You didn't tweak his nipple or anything.
Not to my recollection, no.
I'm going to dial his phone number right now, get him on the phone, and get your second date update. Are you ready?
Yes, kind of.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Mike, please?
Yeah, this is him.
Hey, Mike, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
What? From the radio show?
Yeah. Mike, are you a listener to the show?
I think I may have heard you for like a brief second, but then I turned the station real quick.
I don't blame you.
Awesome.
You know?
Okay.
Most people.
It's like my mom.
Sweet. Thanks, Mike. Well, we actually got an email from somebody who listens to our show a lot more than you have.
Yeah.
Her name is Diana, and you recently went out on a date with her. And she wanted me to call you to find out why you're not calling her back.
All right. That's pretty weird.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a little strange,
It's a
Mike.
segment we do on our show all the time called the Second Date Update. If you'd listened for more than 2 seconds, you would have known that, Mike. So Diana is confused why you're not calling her back.
Because I didn't want to go out on a second date with her.
Got
Well,
that.
I mean,
We've
she,
got that out of the way. But what we're wondering is there a certain reason? Did she do anything wrong, or did you just not feel a vibe?
It was just, I don't know. It was just kind of like an uncomfortable date. I just didn't feel like we had any chemistry, and yeah.
Really?
Do you mind if I recap what she told us, and then you tell me if it's correct?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, she said that you guys met at a bookstore, and then you went out for dinner. And when you were at dinner, everything was going great until like the middle of the date, and then you just kind of shut off and stopped talking to her.
She said that?
Yeah.
I mean, she was the one that stopped talking.
What do you
So
mean?
She stopped talking to me.
Really?
That was not what her story was at all. According to her, you stopped talking, and the whole time she was like trying to get you to open up again, and you were on your phone, and then the date ended.
I was there, and she's definitely the one that stopped talking to me. Like, I don't know, maybe it was something that I said that made her feel uncomfortable. I really don't know.
What are you? She said that you guys were just talking about bacon, and then things got weird.
We were talking about bacon, but that wasn't the topic that made the date uncomfortable. That wasn't what started the bad vibes.
Okay.
So
Okay, what was it?
did? Yeah.
Well, whenever I go out on dates, like I always like to ask, like interesting questions that, just kind of make you think, and also initiate like good conversation.
Uh-huh.
And I asked her, what is your greatest fear? And she said, bears. And right after she said bears, the entire vibe changed. The entire vibe. That's when things got really uncomfortable. She was very awkward after that.
What?
Very easily startled. It was
What?
Easily startled?
Like, just
Easily
think-
startled?
Just thinking of bears made her frightful.
yeah, I don't know what it was, but like even for example, like the waiter brought her food and from behind just kind of placed her food down in front of her. And she was startled. Like, that startled her a lot. It was almost as if, like, a bear delivered the food.
Wait, was she like previously attacked by a bear and she's having flashbacks all of a sudden?
She didn't give me any information. It was just, she said bear, and then she completely checked out.
Whoa.
That was pretty much it.
Oh my God, Mike, you're lying.
What was that?
Mike, that is Diana.
Diana's on the phone right now?
Yeah.
Yes, I am. And what the hell are you even talking about?
So you're denying that you didn't check out when I brought up your greatest fear and you said bear. So that didn't happen.
No, that didn't happen at all. I was talking the entire time. And you checked out completely.
Then how come whenever I brought up your biggest fear and you said bears, you were staring off into the distance, you weren't even looking at me, you weren't paying attention at all? It's like I didn't even feel like I was on a date anymore.
Whoa.
No, we were talking about bacon. And then all of a sudden you checked out and started looking at your phone and you didn't have any eye contact anymore. You checked out, dude. And we were talking about bacon. Oh, no.
Who's telling the truth
was it-
here? I'm so confused.
Is it the bears or the bacon?
I don't know.
Guys, I honestly don't know, but I feel like she needs to go see a therapist about this bear situation. I don't know why she's denying this right now, but I am 100% certain that she is terrified of bears or the word bear. I really don't know at this point.
Diana, are you scared of bears?
That's the word?
Just to clarify, I don't like bears. But you know what? They don't petrify me, and I don't think about them and, like, get all scared and stuff. You know what I mean? It's a bear.
It sounded like you were screaming at every move that other people made because you thought you were about to be attacked.
That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Like, I'm not scared of bears.
All right. Well, I hate to ask an awkward question that might shut everything down.
Uh-oh.
It sounds like that's what we have a problem with here. But, Mike, would you like to go out on a second date with Diana? We will pay for it.
I don't think that's a great idea. Obviously, she's very unaware of her trigger words.
Oh, my God.
I think that,
You know what? That's fine, because I'd rather, if I go out with you again, I'm going to wear a bear costume.
maybe that might help you get through whatever it is that you
This is-
experience.
Well,
So strange.
Mike, thank you for your time. And I do agree with you. Maybe the bear costume is a good thing.
Therapeutic.
Diana, I'm sorry you did not get a second date.
That's okay. Thank you so much for calling and letting me know what happened.
Oh, my God. I feel so unresolved by all of this. I don't know if it was the bacon or the bears, and it's driving me crazy.
And listen, Diana, if you need a good counselor to help you with your bears, I got like 4 that I go to, so I can hook you up with a number, okay?
Thank you.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, I've never been so confused in my life.
I'm with you.
It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I think that makes everybody.
Yeah.
Getting lots of texts in at 78592 saying, what? I don't understand what the problem was.
Neither
We're talking
do we.
about the second date update. This girl, Diana, wanted to call a guy named Mike. They went out to eat. They had dinner. And she says that while they were talking about bacon, because they're paleo, he just got cold and stopped talking to her and ended the date.
Yeah.
Then we got him on the phone, and he says that he likes to ask people on first dates what their biggest fear is because it can tell a lot about a person.
It's interesting. Like, I've never been asked that.
It's a good
kinda
question,
cool.
yeah.
He says that she said her biggest fear was bears, and then she stopped talking and kind of looked like she was startled by everything because she's so scared of bears.
He said that he thought bear may be her trigger word.
Yeah, like it was that bad.
And she does not agree with any of his assessment on what happened.
She's like, I wasn't cold at all. I wasn't even thinking about bears after that. And he's like, yeah, you were. You weren't even talking to me. You were just looking off in the distance thinking about being mauled by a bear. And then when the waiter came up, you got startled because you were so scared of bears. And then she's saying, well, I was talking about bacon and you just stopped talking and then into the date. So maybe they both have triggers and they don't even know it. Like bears is her trigger word and bacon is this guy's trigger word.
Someone texted in a good question. Were they even on the same date?
yeah, right?
Maybe we just got 2 random people who happen to have gone out with the same names.
Somebody else texted in and said, I think the only thing you need to do is go to the restaurant and interview the waiter who helped them.
Yes.
I think we do need to take it a
And
step
ask
further.
them.
You're right.
And they'll be like, I don't know. I asked them if they wanted a Caesar salad, and they both stopped talking to me. It's very confusing. But if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You know, a lot of people bring things to a date, like flowers, candy, duct tape.
Duct tape.
Sometimes it's good to bring a surprise for the person you're going on a date with.
I do love duct tape.
Melanie, who's on the phone for a second date update right now, got surprised with something on her date that I'm not sure most people would like, and I don't even really know if Melanie liked it, but we'll find out what it is in just a second. What's up, Melanie? How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. So first, tell us about the guy that you went out with. What's his name?
His name is Anthony, and man, he's a really, really sweet guy. We met on a dating app, and we had chatted for a bit ahead of time, and this was the first time we were going out.
What were you feeling leading up to your first, like, in-person date with him?
I was feeling really good. I was feeling optimistic. He just
Better than feeling scared.
Well, I think that many people who have dated has felt that, too.
Yeah. I didn't have any of that usual, like, trepidation. I don't know. He just seemed really kind.
All right. And how did the date go?
Well, I would say it didn't go great, but really it was kind of a disaster.
Whoa.
It wasn't his fault. It wasn't my fault. It was just kind of what happened.
What happened? Now I'm so curious.
Well, we went to this, like, one of those Japanese hibachi restaurants, you know, like where they, like, cook in front of you. Yeah. So we met at the restaurant, and he's like, let's just, like, step outside for a second. And I was like, oh, okay. And he said he had this surprise for me. And I was like, oh, boy, maybe I was wrong about this not being weird. But we went outside, and he opens his jacket, and on the inside of his jacket, like sticking out of one of the inside pockets, there's a hamster.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's even weirder than duct tape.
Wait, he brought a hamster to a hibachi restaurant?
I know it sounds maybe like odd, but it was actually really cute. So the hamster's name is Einstein, and so I guess Einstein wasn't feeling well earlier that day. So he was like, I didn't want to cancel, but I felt bad leaving Einstein at home. And it was.
How do you even know if a hamster's sick?
My question exactly.
You got little hamster puke. I don't know.
He wasn't running in his little wheel like he always does. That's what Anthony told me. And he's like, he just looked so sad. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet that you, like, were so in tune with your little buddy.
Okay. So sick hamster, awesome points for him, apparently.
Yeah, he was just being thoughtful.
Okay. Did the hamster also get a table at the restaurant? Or yeah.
Oh, man, with a little mini hibachi.
We maybe kept him in the jacket.
Good.
Yeah, rodents in restaurants, usually not a good mix. I don't know.
Kicked out.
So what happened? Like, you said something terrible happened.
Well, yeah, so we're sitting down, we're eating dinner, we're just having a really great time, really good conversation, great connection. And at one point, I just looked over, and Anthony just looked really weird. He looked like something was wrong. I didn't really know what was happening, and he just leaned in, and he whispers in my ear that Einstein is gone.
What?
Like he died?
He wasn't in his pocket anymore.
Oh.
I thought like he knew that the hamster had passed on in his jacket.
Oh, he's like, I
Yeah,
suffocated him.
so it broke my heart because, like, I obviously knew how much Einstein meant to Anthony. So he's terrified, and he's, like, freaking out, but, like, trying to still be, like, cool and just, you know.
Oh, my God. What did you do? You tell the waiter, I'm sorry, our pet hamster got loose in here.
We didn't tell anybody at first because, like, we figured maybe we could just find him on our own and, like.
Yeah, you don't want to tell everybody that there's a rodent running around in there and have them freak out.
Yeah. So we didn't want to, like, let anybody know. So we kind of, like, started taking turns, like, kind of, you know, casually peeking under chairs and, like, wandering throughout the restaurant. Like, we ordered 2 extra desserts just to stay a little bit longer so we could keep looking.
Oh, man.
Did you ever find Einstein?
No,
You never found him.
Oh.
we never found him. I mean, we probably looked for over an hour and like we were looking for a long time.
What did he do? I mean, for a dude that would like his hamster so much, he'd take it into a restaurant if it had the sniffles. I'm sure he was beside himself that he couldn't find him.
He looked so defeated. Like, it was like the saddest thing I've ever
Yeah, he
seen.
lost his little buddy.
Aww.
Yeah.
So how'd you guys end everything then?
I didn't really know what else to do for him, so
Right.
he just wanted to go home. So he left and I left, and I just,
Wow.
yeah, that was just a little over a week ago now.
And have you gotten any update from him if he did, in fact, call the restaurant or find Einstein or...
I've been trying to contact him, and I texted him, and he just wrote back, no. Just one word, no.
Nothing. All right.
Oh.
He's devastated.
And did he respond to anything else, or is that all you've heard from him was just the no?
That's all that I've heard from him, and I've tried to contact him again. Like, I want to be there for him because, like, I mean, even though I don't know him very well, like, we had such a great time leading up to that point. And I mean, I had never experienced anything like that before. I mean, as cute as it was obviously different. I had never had someone pull a hamster out of their pocket on a date before.
All right, well,
it does.
play a song and then come back and call him and see if we can get an update on the hamster and maybe get you a second date, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yep, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I'm calling today's second date update the curious case of the missing hamster. If you missed the first part, Melanie is on the phone and she wants to call a dude named Anthony. They went out to a restaurant to eat and he brought along his pet hamster. Yeah, you heard me right. Sounds weird, but she actually liked it. But during dinner, the hamster escaped from his jacket and they could not find him in the restaurant. So there's a hamster named Einstein wandering around some hibachi restaurant somewhere, probably eating great, way better than he was before.
I'm not going to hibachi anytime soon.
Or
Yeah.
go and make it more exciting, you guys.
And she hasn't really heard from Anthony since that date, other than when she texted him to ask if he found Einstein, and he just responded no, and that's all she's heard from him. So we're about to get him on the phone and find out if she can get another date, but more importantly, no disrespect to you, but I just want to see if Einstein has been found. If not, then I'm going to start writing a new Netflix documentary.
I hope that he gets found as well. I hope that there's going to be great news from Anthony.
But don't you think, I mean, it's been a week. I understand that this guy's upset, but I also feel like he should thank you for all the time and effort you also put into looking for this hamster.
I'm just trying to, like, think about if it was me and you're grieving, you're upset. So I'm just trying to, like, let him have his space that he needs. But I just do want him to know that I'm here to support him.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Well, I'm going to dial this phone number right now, okay?
Okay.
Maybe the hamster answers the phone. That'd be awesome.
Well trained.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Anthony, please?
Speaking.
Is this the Anthony that went to a hibachi restaurant a little while ago and whose hamster got loose?
Who is this?
First, I want to know if this is the right Anthony.
Well, can you tell me who's calling, please?
Sure. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Okay. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Why are you calling about my hamster? Do you know where he is?
No, I don't. I would love to find out, though.
Sorry.
I'm actually calling because we do a segment on our show called The Second Date Update. And Melanie emailed us. She told us about your date with your hamster Einstein and said that she's tried to start talking to you again, but you haven't really been responding to anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Melanie.
Wow.
This sounds like you don't like Melanie.
Well, she's the reason why my hamster got loose in the first place. So
Really? She's the reason because she said you took the hamster in your coat pocket to a restaurant. It sounds like maybe that decision is the reason.
that is not the reason. I have taken him plenty of places before that, and he's always been fine. I was having dinner with Melanie, and she is actually a pretty sloppy eater, and food was, like, falling down on her lap. There were crumbs and pieces of rice, like, falling onto the floor. And Einstein, which is my hamster's name, Einstein loves that stuff. I even said to her, I said, hey, be careful. You know, you're spilling a lot. You're getting food all over the place. She's like, oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it, whatever. And suddenly I look down, and now Einstein's gone.
Whoa.
Okay.
Wow.
Again, if your hamster can't control himself in a restaurant, then you probably shouldn't have brought him in a restaurant. I don't think that that's her fault still.
So you blame her for your hamster being lost?
Yeah, well, she never took responsibility for it. She helped me look for him, which was nice, but it was her fault. So the whole time, she's never once said, "Oh, hey, I'm sorry that I did that. I'm sorry that I let your hamster get loose."
But okay, wait, hold on. If that's your theory, the reason why your hamster got loose is because he saw Melanie's spilled food everywhere. Why wouldn't you be able to look down and see the hamster then eating Melanie's food?
I just know that that's something that he likes, and, he'll go for that.
But obviously he didn't because he wasn't there. Like, he was gone. He didn't go for that. He ran away.
Excuse me, who are you, okay? I just lost my hamster. You're putting me on blast right now. I had to have that hamster for almost 5 years. They say hamsters only live to 3.5, and he's almost 5.
Wow.
He's an old guy.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I know you're hurt. I just don't think that it's her fault. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it is her fault, all right? And she owes me.
Oh.
I've been through so many hard times, and Einstein has always been there for me. He's an elderly hamster, and I didn't want to take my eyes off him.
Right.
So he was a little sick that night, so I wanted to bring him and whatever. It's not fair. It's not fair.
I'm sorry. It's not
And now
fair.
you're telling me it's my fault, okay? I'm a bad parent because I was the one who brought my hamster someplace that I shouldn't have.
Well,
It's definitely, that is your fault. Absolutely.
Unless Melanie grabbed your hamster and like rolled it across the floor, I don't see how it's really her fault.
Obviously, she didn't purposefully do it, but it is her fault, and I just wanted her to take responsibility for it and say something.
So
Okay.
He did warn her.
Oh, come on. Why didn't you tell her that then? If you're that passionate about her taking the blame for this, why didn't you talk to her about it?
I was in grief. What am I supposed to do? How does shouting at her at that time make her not look for him?
Yeah. Okay. So I guess you've moved on. You're in a different stage of grief now, and I guess you can shout at her because she's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yep. Melanie, you still there? Or are you scared now?
I'm here.
Okay.
No, I'm here.
Wait, hold on. You've been listening this whole time?
Yeah, I heard you say everything.
And what do you have to say for yourself?
I don't really understand why you think it's appropriate for you to turn your anger to me. I know that you're upset and you're hurting about losing Einstein. I saw it that night. I stayed with you for over an hour looking for him, not because it was my fault. I literally can't believe you would say such a thing, that you think it's
Because
my
it
fault.
was your fault. I can't believe you're still saying it's not your fault. All you had to do was say, "I'm sorry," and man up and say, "It's my fault. Shouldn't have done these things. I'm sorry I did those things." But
Anthony, take a deep breath because you sound crazy. So let's start there. This is not.
I lost a family member, so what am I supposed to do?
Yes, you did. You're supposed to be angry that you lost your family member, and you are not supposed to be blaming me for something I didn't do.
I thank you for helping me find him, but you were just fixing a situation that you caused. And then you didn't even text me later and say, "I'm so sorry he's gone." You just said, "Oh, did they find him yet?"
Yeah, and that was my tone. Thank you for putting my tone onto what I said. Because surely I wasn't
Couldn't have
texting you
called
out of
me and
sympathy.
talked about it.
Surely I was texting you with an attitude. That's why I texted you.
Oh, my God.
If your friend's grandma dies, you just text them and say, "Hey, is she fine?" Or do you call them and console them?
Anthony, you are not comparing a missing hamster to a dead grandma.
He loves it.
It's not the same. I had hamsters. They both died. You get over it. I mean, I don't mean to be...
Sorry
like,
for your loss. I'm sorry for your loss. I had no
seriously,
idea that happened to you.
At some point, you have to be like, life, it has an end for everyone. And your hamster lived well past
But we don't even know that Einstein is dead.
That's right.
Well,
Why are
He
you
just
giving
got
him a
loose
search?
in a hibachi restaurant.
Guys, it's a 5-year-old
He might be living the best
hamster.
life ever.
Totally.
What have you done to actually find him? Did you go back to the restaurant? Have you talked
Yes.
to the staff?
I've gone to that
You spoke
restaurant
the
every
manager.
single day for lunch, and I've called them and tried to explain it anonymously. There's a bit of a language barrier, but every time they tell them they think I let loose a rat in there, and I keep trying to tell them, like, "No, it's a pet. It's mine." Like,
Now you just sound like racist. So, like, that's...
how am I racist?
The people
talking
that
about?
were working at the front of the restaurant spoke perfect English. You're just trying to put the blame on everyone else. They don't understand you. I'm making a mess. You made just as many crumbs. We were eating at a table together.
Melanie, you know what? I hear you saying a lot of stuff right now, but the one thing I don't hear you saying is I'm sorry. It's my fault.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Anthony, I feel like you're really missing out on a girl who has been understanding, who's been compassionate, who didn't think you were a total freak for bringing the hamster in the first place on a first date.
Why would I be a freak for bringing a sick family member?
Dude, you brought a sick rodent in your pocket on a date. That's weird, man.
So what? People bring dogs to places all the time. How is that any different? Hamsters are way cleaner than dogs.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
I will argue with you on that one, but I'm with you on the dog thing. I guess if that's your pet and you want to take it out, but still, I think you shouldn't blame Melanie for the entire thing.
Oh, really? Okay, so you're on her side, too. That's fine. That's fine.
I guess everybody's against you, Anthony.
Yeah, everybody's against me. You and my therapist should team up and say I'm wrong all the time.
Weird. You're in therapy too, huh? Would not
Well,
have
maybe
guessed
you
that.
learned a lesson. Maybe you learned a lesson that you shouldn't be bringing a hamster into a restaurant.
Maybe next time I'll just be with a clean eater and we'll be fine.
No. All right, dirty eater.
Anthony,
Well, you'll be eating alone a lot.
wait. We got to get an official answer. Anthony, would you like to go out with Melanie again on a second date? We will pay for it.
Hard pass. I don't have any more hamsters I can afford to lose.
And Melanie, I'm guessing you're not heartbroken about that now.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm glad we cleared this up because wow.
All right.
Wow is
Well,
You'll never forget this, though, Melanie.
No, not for a very long time.
well, thank you both for your time. And if anybody knows the hamster's whereabouts, please send him our way.
Yes, please. I'm serious. If you see Einstein, he's mostly white, a little bit of brown auburn patch towards his head, and he's very sassy.
It's a sassy little hamster running around town. Make
Now
sure
I
you snatch
want
him up and send him to the radio station.
Who doesn't want a sassy hamster?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You know, sometimes when a date goes bad, it's not your fault. It's your body's fault.
What?
Huh?
Yeah.
That would still be your fault.
And I've had my body ruin a lot of dates for me.
What are you doing on dates?
Stupid body.
What?
Okay.
And Jeremy's on the phone right now for a second date update, and apparently he's got a stupid body too.
Uh-oh.
Jeremy, what's up? How are you?
Hey, what's going on?
We'll get to your stupid body in a second. But your email said that something on your body ruined your date, right?
Yeah, something on my body did ruin my date.
I am so confused.
All right.
And I hope it's not what I'm thinking right away.
We'll get there in a minute.
No.
What are you even thinking? I can't...
Before we get into that, why don't you tell us where you met the girl you want to call today? What's her name?
Jessie.
Jessie. All right. And where did you meet Jessie?
So, it's actually a very funny story. I met Jessie at a gay bar.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow,
Oh my God.
interesting.
I met a boyfriend at a gay bar once.
Now, is Jessie a boy or a girl?
Jessie is a girl,
Okay.
Okay.
and I'm a boy.
Are you one of those dudes? Really? Okay. Are you one of those dudes that goes to gay bars to try to pick up girls because, like,
Oh, is
they're
that
not
a thing?
expecting you to do it there?
No. I was actually just out with a bunch of my gay friends, and we just ended up at a gay bar.
Right.
Okay.
And normally I'm just there to have fun with my friends. I'm not there to pick up any women, you know?
Yeah,
So
because
how
you're
did
at
that
a gay bar. Most of the women there are probably not interested in you.
Exactly.
Exactly.
How did that happen? Did she approach you? You approached her?
So I saw her across the room, and I went up to her, and I just introduced myself, and we started dancing and flirting a little bit, and it was just like such a good vibe.
Did you ask her if she was heterosexual at any point?
No, what I did do, though, is I asked her for her number, and I think that took her kind of by surprise, because that's when she asked me if I was gay.
Oh, right.
She was like,
she thought the other
you-
way around.
You want
That makes
my
sense.
number?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I told her I wasn't. I told her that I was there with my buddies and having fun, and then she looked at me and she told me to prove it.
What?
Oh, I like Jessie.
Is that like Kiss Me?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I did. So I kissed her.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like a badass.
Yeah. All
And
right.
it was a good kiss?
It was a great kiss. I kissed her, and then I pulled back, and she just had this look of just joy.
That's really cute.
Yeah, also very cocky of you. I kissed her, and she just had this look of just utter joy.
She did, though.
Okay.
So did she ever call you after that night? Did you guys go on a real date?
So we actually, after I kissed her, we danced a little while, had another drink or two, and then we went out that night. We went out to this barbecue late-night spot that I love to go.
Okay.
Okay, so is this the date you're talking about? Did you guys go out on another occasion, or is this the only time you hung out?
This is the only time we hung out.
Okay.
We're getting to know each other, having a really good time, and I just had to go to the bathroom real quick. So and this is where it gets kind of not gross but weird. I go to the bathroom and I noticed I have a pimple, like a big pimple.
On your face, I hope, right?
Yes, on my face, on my forehead.
It's a big red bump.
It was, it's embarrassing, and I went through the debate right there. Should I pop it? Should I not?
No.
Yeah.
I go through the same.
Oh,
It's tough
just
because,
leave it alone.
I mean, yes, but also it's a huge red bump, and I don't want to be self-conscious that she's just staring at it as we're eating barbecue.
Yeah, but then it might leak all night, and then you got another issue.
Exactly.
The verbs are grossing
You
me
got,
out
you
so
got a head
bad
that's
right
just
now.
oozing while you're trying to eat barbecue.
You get a lot of attention regardless.
Exactly. So I just made the executive decision, just pop it real quick, no big deal, go back out. But it just wouldn't stop bleeding after I popped it.
Oh, no, I hate those.
It's so gross. And, I'm in the bathroom and I'm like struggling to get it to stop. But I'm in the bathroom for like 5-10 minutes doing this, and I realize I have to go back out. So I go back out, I sit down, and we're eating barbecue again, and then she tells me that I have barbecue sauce on my head.
Ew, gross.
I know.
It wasn't.
So she thought the blood from your pimple was barbecue sauce.
Yeah, and at that point, it was either tell her the truth or pretend it was barbecue sauce and lick it, and I couldn't do that.
No, do not lick it.
No,
That's
definitely
dedication.
So wait, I mean, you told her,
I told her, no, it's just a pimple.
Oh, no.
but that's not why someone would not call you back because of a pimple. Like,
Okay,
how
you're right.
materialistic and surface can you be?
Yeah, it's gross, but it's not deal breaker.
I mean, that was it. We hung out and ate, and then I asked her if she wanted to go back to my place, and she was very polite, but she declined.
She didn't say, ew, gross, pimple face. No way.
She didn't say that. She was very nice. She just said she was tired and wanted to go home, and I respected that. It was the first time we hung out.
Mm-hmm.
But, I've been texting her, I've been calling her, not too much, but enough that she hasn't responded at all.
So you kissed her at the bar. Did you also get a kiss at the end of the night?
She kissed me on the cheek.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you made out earlier and then she ended it with just a kiss on the cheek?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I just invited her home too quickly. Maybe she took that the wrong way, and I was being disrespectful.
Yeah. That's not a bad thought.
It's no wonder this guy has pimples. He invites everybody home. He's dirty. I don't know. All right, well, we'll play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date update, all right?
Thanks so much, guys.
Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
This portion of today's second date update is brought to you by Clearasil Rapid Rescue Deep Cleaning Pads.
Oh, ouch.
Just kidding, it's not at all, actually.
Should be.
I just Googled acne wipes, and that's the first one that came up. But you know who could use those? Is Jeremy, who's on the phone for a second date update right now. Jeremy, you ever thought about using Clearasil Rapid Rescue Deep Cleaning Pads?
I have used those before, actually.
Oh, okay. Well,
Sensitive subject.
you should have had him on your first date. If
Yeah.
you're just tuning in, Jeremy wants to call a girl named Jessie. They met at a club. They actually made out at the club and then continued their date to go eat at a barbecue place later on. He thinks the reason he's not getting a call back was because during dinner he had a pimple on his temple, which is fun to say, but not fun in real life. And he went to the bathroom and popped the pimple, and then it was bleeding the rest of the time. She thought he had barbecue sauce on his head, but it was actually just residue from the pimple. And he thinks
pimple
that
juice.
he thinks maybe she was turned off because the date ended pretty quickly after that, and she hasn't called him back. Are you about ready to get her on the phone?
Yeah, let's do it.
And is your face all cleared up before we set you up for a second date if this works out?
Yes, my face is all cleared up.
Okay.
We're not even talking about the date anymore. We're just talking about your
Yeah.
I
complexion.
know, I'm invested.
All right, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if that's the reason she's not calling you back, okay?
Great.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Jessie, please?
Speaking. Who's this?
Good question.
I think you're supposed to answer it.
Who is this?
Good question.
Dude, tell her she's going to hang up.
What's going on here?
Hi, Jessie. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
What? Who is this?
Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Oh. Are you the ones who do, that wore the roses?
No, that's not us. We do a different kind of imaginative radio segment called the Second Date Update.
Yeah.
It's all kind of the same.
Yeah.
Super creative.
Have you heard of that one?
No. I guess I haven't heard of you guys.
Okay.
Why are you calling me?
Well, I'm calling you because we do something on the show called a Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and ask what went wrong. And somebody emailed us about you.
Oh, really?
Yes. You have any idea who it might be?
Why don't you just tell me?
Probably a better option than being so mysterious all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
His name's Jeremy.
Oh. Oh, man, yeah.
Okay. So Jeremy emailed us and told us about meeting you. He said he really liked you a lot. He thought things were going great, but now you're not answering any of his phone calls or text messages.
Yeah, no, that's not going to work out.
You mind telling us why?
We're just different kinds of people. I mean, sometimes you just know that.
He really liked you. I mean, he had lots of nice things to say about you, that you're gorgeous. He had fun with you. He even said you guys, had a small makeout in the middle of your date.
Yeah, I mean, that's all true. He did seem nice at first. But then, later on we were eating at this barbecue place, and we were talking about what we had done for the holidays. And one thing he said just told me everything I needed to know right there.
Wow. So one major red flag for you.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the pimple.
Oh, my God. I can't believe he told you that.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that.
He thinks that's the reason that you don't want to see him again.
No. It's like I said, we're very different people. I mean, we were talking about what we had done for Thanksgiving, and, he said that he went over and had dinner with his family, and then immediately after dinner, he went to go stand in one of those Black Friday lines.
Okay.
I would never do that. I like to spend several hours with my family, eat and hang around after, and I would never just leave right away and go shopping.
The one red flag is that he went Black Friday shopping?
Yeah. I mean, he's a Black Friday shopper. That tells me everything I need to know about him and what's important to him.
What?
Really? That tells you everything about a person.
Yes.
Maybe he just really, needs a good deal this year. Or maybe Thanksgiving even isn't that big of a deal in his family. It's not that big of a deal in my family.
Well, that's whatever, but for me, it's a big deal. And we have different morals, clearly.
Morals?
Yeah, obviously family time is important to me, and it's not important to him.
Wow.
Hold on one sec. Can I just talk now, please?
What was that?
Oh, Jesse, that's Jeremy. He's actually on the other line listening and obviously really wants to talk to you.
Yeah,
This is so weird.
This is not weird. What's weird is that you don't want to see me because of Black Friday.
That's so important to you, then we are not the same. Family time is important to me. I'm not a Black Friday shopper. Ew, that's so
I'm sorry, I want to get the best gifts for my family. I have to leave and go wait in Black Friday lines to get them everything they want because I care about them and love them.
Right.
Sorry, you don't love your family
Black
that much.
Friday lines are the only way. I mean, do you know anything about shopping? Have you ever heard of online? Have you ever heard of Cyber Monday? Seriously? Online shopping. Have guys heard of that?
You don't get the good deals, and on top of that, it's an
Yes, you
experience.
do.
I think that you guys are missing the point here. If you were to ever be together, he doesn't sound like he's a person that would force you to go to Black Friday with him. You just don't go.
Thank you, Brooke.
Well, no, I want a boyfriend who wants to spend time with me and my family and not just go running off as soon as there's some deal somewhere.
You're so passionate.
Thanksgiving is to eat, and then you go get the gifts for everybody, and then on Christmas, you could spend the entire time with them.
That's not very imaginative. I mean, be a little more, resourceful.
You are super passionate about nobody shopping on Black Friday, aren't you, Jesse?
Yeah.
Yes, I am, because I actually have some taste and class. I'm not a jerk who cares about material things over all else.
Oh, my gosh. No, you know what? No, if your family's like you, then you guys are a bunch of lame jerks who like to make other people feel bad about going and getting gifts on Black Friday. You're labeling me because I'm practical. You're the crazy one here.
Wow.
I'm not crazy. I'm just theoretically saying, what if we were together and then we went to Thanksgiving together with my family, and then as soon as dinner's over, you're going to run out the door to go get a deal on a blender or something?
All right, well, there's two things wrong with that. One, I can leave a little later. I don't have to leave right after dinner. And then on top of that, nobody buys blenders on Black Friday. That's just absurd. Blenders are reasonably priced throughout the year.
He does make a good point. And Jesse, I mean, if you were theoretically boyfriend and girlfriend with him, you may get super awesome Christmas presents because of this.
Oh, that is not my thing. You choose to go get things instead of spending time with people.
I'm in line with hundreds of people.
Yeah, that's true. He's spending time with a lot of people.
Look, it's a simple solution. You could just come with me to spend time with me waiting in line during Black Friday. We can make it like a camp out if that's what you want to do.
No, thanks. I would hate that. So obviously, you and I are into different things. Do you understand that now?
Yeah, I really understand it now. It's pretty easy to understand.
Hey, Jesse, before we wrap everything up, I'm sure you want to get going. Would you like to go on a second date with Jeremy? We'll pay for it, even though he's a terrible Black Friday shopper.
Yeah.
That'll be a no for me, but thank you.
Shocking.
That's fine. I don't want to go with her anyway. I mean, I want to go with somebody who's adventurous and excited for these amazing things like Black Friday.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Ooh.
Whoa.
One of the most powerful ways we've ever into a second date update. Whatever.
Okay, well, I've already lost interest, obviously. So is that it? Can I go? Bye. Bye.
Yeah. All right, bye.
Okay.
Hey, Jeremy?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm really sorry no second date on that one, man.
Well, at least it wasn't about the pimple.
That's true. It was more about you having a black soul because you shop on Black Friday.
Yeah, I'm a horrible man who loves getting discounts on his gifts for his family.
You terrible, terrible dude. I don't even want to talk to you.
We got an email for a second date from a guy named Dan, and Dan only waited 4 days after his date to get in touch with us.
Okay.
Normally,
quick. Yeah.
Normally people wait like a week,
Yeah.
2 weeks, several years before they'll enlist our help.
It's actually, it's happened multiple times.
But Dan needs instant gratification.
Okay.
And I'm just going to say, Dan, you're coming across a little bit needy. And it's turning me on.
No, it's not instant gratification. I just want to figure it out before the line goes cold.
Yeah, Jeff, that's what I thought.
I'm just saying, it's working.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe she doesn't feel the same way that I do.
We like clingy.
But who do you need to get a hold of? Tell us her name. Because if you're checking in with us after 4 days, it probably means you've called her upwards of like 40 times.
No, like 3 times.
Yeah, anybody in the room believe Dan?
We'll do the radio math on that one. And
3 times in a minute.
You multiply by 56, I think.
So what's her name?
Her name's Jody.
All right.
Okay.
Jody, okay.
And how'd you meet Jody?
We met on a dating app.
Okay. What'd you like about her?
So I just like how she was like put together because, a lot of people are just in their yoga pants on the apps, but she was actually like well dressed, put together. And then like when we met up in person, she didn't wear any makeup and still look good, which I like and appreciate that it's not.
Wow.
She like tries but isn't like too obsessed about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most girls would
That's
never
nice.
go on a date without makeup. Well, the girls I'm into.
Yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
about most
What'd you
girls.
guys end up doing for your date?
Well, we decided to just hang out and grab a drink because, you never know what people are like in person and all that.
Sure.
What does that mean? You don't know what people are going to be like in person, so you grabbed a drink?
Maybe their photos are like 3 years and 45 pounds ago. Maybe the guy's a crazy person, so you meet in public. That's what everyone does.
Have you had
It
those
makes
experiences?
Hasn't everyone on a dating app had those experiences?
Yeah, you're making me sound weird. I'm not the weird one here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, I think that that's safe. One drink isn't a huge commitment. It's half an hour tops if things aren't going well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. But things were going well. We're drinking at the bar. I'm like really into skimboarding.
What's
and
that?
she didn't know what that was. It's like surfing, but instead of being in the water, you're on the sand and run towards the water and then like drop the board and hop on.
Right. It's like, I always thought that was boogie boarding or whatever, but it's different.
No,
It's
that's when
different
you're on
than
your
that.
belly. This you start running and throw the board on the sand, on the
Okay.
wet sand, and go into the ocean.
Yeah.
It looks like it's more painful when you fall.
It's definitely not fun when you fall.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
That's cool. Was she impressed?
Well, she'd never heard of it, so, I showed her a couple of videos, then I actually asked the bartender for, like, an old cardboard box and started demonstrating it in the bar. There was a little room.
What?
You demonstrated skimboarding in the bar?
Like, slow motion. I didn't actually go anywhere, but just the mechanics of it. Like, you run, drop, and slide.
What was her response to that?
She was into it, and then after a couple of times I did it, she decided to do it. But then, like, she started falling over, but I caught her, it was kind of...
Oh.
Yeah, so that worked out.
Did you kiss her or when you caught her, or what'd you do?
We had a nice eye contact moment, kind of huggy, grippy, but didn't...
Grippy.
Sounds like things were going well.
Yeah, and then a little while later, I was like, hey, what about coming over to my place to watch a movie? And she was totally down with it.
Okay.
I'm thinking maybe a movie, maybe something else.
Right.
Okay.
Because nobody ever just means movie.
Yeah. How'd things go back at your place?
It started out good. We started watching a movie, but my place was a little dirty. Maybe I didn't believe in myself that night before I left. I didn't clean up right.
I know this is gonna happen anyway.
I see.
Crap here.
I feel like it always works that way, though, right? It's like when you go out and you're a woman and you don't shave your legs. You're like, well, it's not going to lead to anything. And then you're like, dang it! So hairy.
I mean, it sounds like a match made in heaven. Like, you didn't clean your apartment. She didn't put on makeup or try it all. Like, it didn't seem like either of you were very into this.
But I hadn't done the dishes and the trash. And I don't know, 15, 20 minutes in, I felt her notice it, really. And the vibe definitely changed.
Did you say anything about it?
No, before I even could, she just started going I'm getting tired, I gotta go, but I definitely want to come back and we'll finish the movie another time.
Well, that seems legit, though.
But she never called back, and I feel she's totally blowing me off.
Okay.
Weird.
So what do you think it is?
I think it's the messy apartment, but usually I'm not messy at all. That's the crazy thing. It's just that was the one time that I didn't clean that day, or that week. I didn't at work a lot and didn't get a chance to clean up. And I guess I should always believe in myself.
I mean, that's a good place to start.
Yeah.
I know, but there's nothing more depressing than when you clean up right before a date and then you come home alone to a spotless apartment and you're like, well, that was a double waste of time.
Rubs it in your face.
Yeah.
That's why I never clean too, bro. I feel you, man.
You and Jose are kindred spirits. So, all right. Well, we're going to play a song. We'll come back and we'll call Jody for you and try and get you your second date, okay?
All right. Maybe you can convince her I'm not a slob.
I mean, you're asking a lot from me. You're still really playing that needy role here. But we'll try our best, all right? We're going to do that next. You're just tuning in for the second date. We're on the phone with one of our listeners named Dan. And Dan, most people would probably look at your date and point out all the red flags.
Oh,
okay. But I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
All right, I'm not going to call attention to the fact that you're anti-women wearing yoga pants or that you set a one-drink limit for yourself at the bar for some reason, or your unusually dirty apartment. And I'm especially not going to harp on the fact that it's only been 4 days since you met this woman.
Dang.
And now you're asking a radio station to contact her for you. I'm not going to point those things out.
Dude, kick him while he's down.
But what I will point out is that you, sir, have one of the best, and I really mean this, one of the best phone connections that we've ever heard.
You do
called
have a
into
good,
this show.
It is a good line.
And that's something no amount of red flags can ever take away from you.
You're going to jinx it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it is clear. It's very clear. Yeah.
I know. That's like 5 bars right
Yeah,
there.
Dude,
I think
6 bars.
so. Dan, just checking. I mean, is there anything else that we need to know that you're leaving out? Because sometimes people do that with us.
Look, I understand how you could twist this, but here's the deal, right? I like her. Who skimboards in a bar? She's cool. Plus, honestly, I only watched a little bit of the movie with her before she left, and I want to see the end of the movie.
I will say, I think that's a good sign. It's a good sign of a devoted person. If you are actually willing to not finish a movie without someone else.
Yes. Dan, you're definitely one of our most devoted callers that we've ever had call in for a second date.
I think that's a compliment.
It's the biggest compliment I can give.
Or it's just there. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to call Jody for you and get your second date, okay? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Jody, please?
Who's calling?
Is this Jody?
Who's calling?
I asked you first, is this Jody?
That's fair.
It's her phone.
Okay. This is Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. Now you go. Is this Jody?
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Hi,
Okay.
Jody.
Hi.
She's so confused.
We're calling you today because we're doing something called a second date. Have you ever heard of that before?
Maybe. I don't know. A long time ago. I I don't know.
Okay, well, just to refresh your memory, it's if someone goes out on a date and afterwards they're not getting a call back, they can reach out to us and we'll call that person for you to figure out the reason why.
Oh, that's so weird.
Well, we're calling you because you recently went out with a guy. His name's Dan.
Oh.
Yeah, very recently.
Yeah.
Like 4 days ago, he said.
Yeah, I just went out with him.
He's eager, Jody.
He had a really good time with you, and he's wondering how you felt about it.
I don't know. I mean,
Because he did tell us about what happened on the date. He said you guys went to a bar, and he showed you how to, what was it, skin surfing?
Skimboard.
Skimboarding.
Skimboarding. Yeah?
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, okay. Sounds like you enjoyed that.
Well, you had to have enjoyed it because he said that, you guys went back to his apartment. So if you weren't having a good time, you would have left already.
Yeah, we did go back to his place to watch a movie. And, I mean, it was fine at first, but I guess I started feeling a little uncomfortable.
When did those uncomfortable feelings begin?
I feel like we're in a 6th grade sex ed class all of a sudden.
Yeah.
No, he was like a gentleman, right? Like, it wasn't like that, but I don't know. I wasn't there that long, and his apartment is just a little weird.
He did mention that it was kind of dirty. Yeah, he told us. Was that a turnoff?
I mean, a little of that maybe, but like, then I went and I used the restroom, and I noticed that there was like this snowman soap dish, which I just like thought was weird. And then when I came out, I noticed that there were like these Santa figurine things on like his coffee table, and there was like Christmas stuff on his mantle. And as I was coming out of the bathroom, I could see like the back corner of the room where we were sitting, like, and there was a big Christmas tree in the corner.
Wow, you must have been like more than one drink in if you missed a Christmas tree when you walked in.
Well, it wasn't on when we got home. Obviously, like the lights were all off. But when I came out of the bathroom, he had turned the lights on the Christmas tree.
It was like mood lighting in his apartment.
Yeah, but it's like not Christmas time. I didn't know what was going on. I don't know. It was like a lot of stuff. Like I kind of felt like he's like a Christmas freak or something. Like I don't know. Maybe it's like laziness. Maybe he just doesn't want to pack the stuff up.
So he's like either really lazy or he's obsessed with Christmas.
But why would that make you stop seeing somebody that you were having a good time with?
I mean, honestly, like I haven't said no yet to like going out again. Like I'm just trying to think about how to like bring up that I think it's like a little weird. I feel bad that I just like left.
Maybe in a Christmas card it would get across to him how you really felt.
I wonder if there was another way we could bring it up.
That's an interesting point, Jose.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Because maybe it's the right time to let you know, Jody, that Dan has been on the other line listening this entire time and wants to talk to you.
What? No.
Yeah, he sees you when he's sleeping. And he knows that you're awake.
Don't do that.
No. Shut up. He's not on the phone.
He is. Dan, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey!
Hi, Jody.
Hi.
Oh my gosh.
Can I ask you a question? Are you like Jewish or something? Is that why the whole thing's offending you?
What? That's the question?
I was gonna ask her what she wanted.
It's a fair point.
No, I'm not actually, but I wouldn't say I'm offended by it. I just thought it was weird. Can I ask a question? You had a radio station call me?
Yeah, that might have been an overreaction.
Might.
I mean, it's only been like 4 days since I saw you. Like, I don't
my
understand.
experience, once it's like 5-6 days, a second date isn't going to happen, so I just wanted to figure it out either way.
I will say I'll back Dan on that because honestly, Jody, be honest, were you actually going to call him back?
I honestly was still thinking about it. That's honestly.
Okay.
The more days
Okay.
you think, the less the chances are of you calling him. It goes 6, 7, 8 days. Next thing you know, never
It's
mind.
exponential growth.
Yeah, I know all about that.
Okay, but the problem obviously comes from the Christmas decorations inside Dan's apartment. So, Dan, can you explain why do you have Christmas decorations up right now?
I like the holiday vibe, like it improves my spirit and attitude. If I'm having a bad day, I turn on the lights. It feels a little happier.
Dude, totally, man.
But all year long?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that the thing about the holidays? It's like a special time of year. If you make it 12 months out of the year, then it's not special anymore.
I can understand that viewpoint. It's been working for me. I mean, this is the first year I've gone year-round, but I've definitely gotten 6 months before, and if we're putting cards on the table, like I didn't even show you my reindeer.
What reindeer?
I have a whole collection of different stuffed reindeer, like 50 different ones, and they just make me feel better about things.
Oh, okay. Just 50 stuffed reindeer. That's not weird. Right, Jody?
Oh my God. I mean, the whole thing is weird. To have Christmas stuff up right now, I mean, to me, it's a little weird. I mean, I guess like maybe wanting to cheer yourself up is like a nice idea to just have, I don't know about these reindeer though, but lights maybe.
I don't understand why you're hating on Christmas like this.
I don't think she's
wait
hating
a minute.
Christmas.
I'm not hating on it. I was surprised more than anything.
Okay, well, Dan, now you know what made her feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And Jody, you know now that he's a little bit of a Christmas freak. So now that all the feelings are out there, what do you say, Jody, to going out with Dan one more time? We'll pay for it.
I mean...
And on top of this, we'll also throw in a free helping of Christmas cheer on the house.
Love it.
Dan, can I ask you, one more question?
Okay.
Would you be open to maybe just, toning it down a little bit? Like, the tree, definitely. But maybe, the stocking,
Okay. Well, now
you have stockings, too?
Jody, you're getting a little controlling. You're trying to redecorate his entire apartment
now. Oh, my God.
Take away the tree. Take away Christmas.
No, I'm with you, Jody. Take it down, Dan.
Oh.
Look, I guess it's been far enough away from Christmas. I could get rid of some stuff, put it in the closet, the tree and stocking, but can I keep the snowman soap dish, though? I really like that when I wash my hands.
What do you think, Jody? Don't be a Scrooge.
I'm okay with the soap dish.
All right. So is that a yes? You guys are going to go out on another date?
Yeah, that's a yes.
All right.
Nice.
Look at the magic of the season does exist.
Yeah.
Holidays.
Now sing us out with a Christmas tune.
Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus. Here.
Santa Claus.
You guys like it? I changed Santa to Dan.
Yeah, we caught that. Yeah. Good. Good, Dan.